This video is designed to be used along with the Wizard Drum Deheader Operator's Manual. It highlights basic operations, maintenance procedures, and troubleshooting techniques. It's a good idea to have the operator's manual handy for reference. The first step in safely deheading a drum is to make sure you have and use the required safety equipment. This includes safety glasses, steel-toed boots, gauntleted oil-resistant gloves, and a dead blow mallet. Caution and care are critical. Unsafe operation of equipment, improper handling of drums, and any hazardous material may cause damage to property and personal injury. Always consult the material safety data sheets for recommended handling and disposal procedures. Be sure that you comply with OSHA, EPA, and local guidelines when handling such materials. Now the drum is ready to be prepared for deheading. We've chosen a drum in far worse shape than most any you'll work on. If you can handle this, others should be fairly easy. Start by removing the plugs from the bungs by using the Wizard all-plug wrench. Once the plugs are removed, hammer down the bungs. Notice that the top of the drum is deformed. Hammer it down so the lid doesn't interfere with the cutter wheel as it rides on the inside of the drum chime during the deheading process. Next, restore the drum chime to its original contour. Use the Wizard dekinker to do this. Place the dekinker on the far side of the dent in the chime and work towards yourself. Now the drum is ready for deheading. First, place the drum in the center of the tower to ensure equal clearance around the drum. This is necessary to ensure proper operation of the Wizard drum deheader. Second, run the sheave hanger assembly around the support ring by hand to check that it travels freely all the way. When it's clear, attach the chain to the assembly. Third, rest the deheader on the drum lid. Attach the shackle and pin to the deheader through the hole in its handle. Check that the deheader is securely suspended from the tower. Before the deheader is placed on the drum chime, there are several cautions that must be observed. Be careful not to chip the cutting edge against the inside of the chime. Check that there is proper clearance between the cutter wheel and drive roller. To do this, retract the cutter wheel by turning the adjusting screw handle counterclockwise about 6 turns. Once there is proper clearance, tilt the deheader forward so the cutting edge doesn't hit the chime. Place the unit on the drum. Check that both chime rollers support the unit. Turn the adjusting screw handle clockwise about 6 turns until the cutter wheel makes contact with the inside of the chime. Proper cutter wheel positioning is critical to effective unit operation. The drive roller flange should clear the underside of the drum chime. Cutting action takes place just above the inside radius where the lid meets the drum chime. If the cut is too low, the cutter wheel will drag on the drum lid. Check that the unit is positioned level on the drum. If it's not level, the deheader will climb and the cutting edge will be damaged during the deheading process. To ensure that the unit is level, check from the side of the drum opposite the deheader that the bottom edge of the housing body and bottom of the cutter wheel are parallel with the top edge of the drum chime. The Wizard drum deheader is factory adjusted for standard 55-gallon steel drums. If the deheader is not positioned properly for your drums, this can be solved with a simple adjustment to the chime rollers. The chime roller settings control the height of the cut and keep the unit level. Adjust them by using 2 9/16" open or box end wrenches. First, loosen the chime roller about a quarter turn while holding the adjustment screw with the other wrench. The unit will raise or lower corresponding to the direction the screw is turned. After the height is adjusted, check the opposite side to make sure it's level. Use the 2 wrenches to tighten and lock the rollers in position. Plug in the power cord. Now the drum may be deheaded. The first step in deheading the drum is turning the adjusting screw handle clockwise to allow the cutter wheel to bite into the edge of the drum. Next, Turn on the power switch and the deheader will propel itself around the drum with no assistance. Because the deheader is suspended from the tower, it won't fall. It needs no manual guidance and allows the operator to remain in one place. The first revolution of the cutter wheel around the drum makes a track for the deheader. If the unit bogs down, back off the adjusting screw handle to allow the drive roller and cutter wheel to turn. Once the unit is operating smoothly and traveling freely around the drum, reach in and give the handle a quarter turn. This allows the cutter wheel to bite deeper. Do this on each revolution. It takes 2 to 5 revolutions for the wizard to cut completely through the interior wall of the drum chime. Cutting is completed. Additional laps cause unnecessary cutter wheel wear. Allow the deheader unit to come back in front of you. Turn off the unit. Back off the adjusting screw handle about 6 turns. This provides the necessary clearance to remove the unit from the drum. Remove the deheader by tilting it forward. Then carefully lift it off the drum. The drum top can be removed by 2 methods. Using a safety mallet, pound downward on the center of the drum lid. The lid should slide down into the barrel. The drum lid can also be removed by hammering down on the top of the lid on the side of the barrel closest to you. This will cause the other side of the lid to tip up like a soup can lid. It can be removed using safety-gloved hands. If both ends are to be deheaded, turn the drum over and repeat the process. In summary, deheading a drum using a Wizard drum deheader is simple and easy. Remember, always use the required safety equipment. Properly prepare the drums before cutting. Make sure the cutting position is correct and the unit is level. Stand in one place. Don't follow the unit around the drum. Retract the cutter wheel before and after cutting. Proper preventative maintenance procedures are just as important as proper operating procedures. Maintenance is easy because the simple design and modular construction of the Wizard allows for easy disassembly, replacement, and adjustment whenever necessary. A maintenance schedule is included with the unit. Be sure to follow it. The most important part needing maintenance is the cutter wheel. A chipped, mushroomed, or worn cutter wheel destroys the efficiency of the deheader. Replacement is easy. For the Wizard Model G, remove the pin from the old cutter wheel. Install a new cutter wheel. Lock it in place with a new pin. Next are the bearings. Check these about every 3 months. If the unit operates in a wet environment, check the bearings more frequently. Check the unit's gears about every 3 months. If there is a lack of grease on the mating surfaces, use a grease gun with Thermotex EP1 or its equivalent to apply a generous amount of grease to the shaft gears. The Wizard drum deheader will provide many years of reliable service. Basic troubleshooting techniques have been highlighted in this presentation. For more detailed information, consult the operator's manual. A brief review of these troubleshooting areas include the possibility of the unit climbing the drum chime, solved with a simple adjustment to the 2 chime rollers to ensure level operation. The unit stalling as it circles the drum head, solved by turning the adjustment screw handle to back off the cutter wheel. Excessive cutting laps needed to dehead the drum, solved by tightening the handle to allow the cutter wheel to bite deeper into the drum. Become familiar with the Wizard drum deheader. Practice the operational procedures and troubleshooting techniques. Review the operator's manual. Most problems can be easily solved. When help is needed, please call. We're here to help. Good luck in using the Wizard drum deheader.